Greetings, Earthlings. How's everybody doing out there? It's been a while since I gave you guys a live stream, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a little live here. How you doing? How you been? By the way, have you got my book? If you haven't gotten my book, go get my book, The 7 Laws of Mindful Living. It's officially on Audible. You can buy it right now on Audible, or you can go to the 7 Laws book. That's THE7, the number 7 laws book.com, and you can get the hard copy and the audiobook version and a digital version for, I think it's like $37 or something like that. So if you have Audible credits, sure, go there, do that. But if you want the full enchilada, go there. And today I want you to stick around, because if you're wondering, if you say, man, Vernon, how do you write books? How do you manage your work-life balance with your full-time job and still building a business and helping people and writing and all the things that you do? How do you do all of that? I'm going to answer that question and more today in this Q&A. By the way, I'm slowly realizing that I have some ADHD tendencies, so I'm actually starting to become even more, I would say, more aware of how I use my time and the importance of me building things like schedules. As you can see, I have a schedule right here for my day mapped out, hour by hour, up until 10 p.m., which is not pretty hard to do if you know somebody with ADHD tendencies. We tend to kind of like to have fun and kind of be wild childs and go with the wind, whichever way the wind is blowing. So let's get into it. If you hear that in the back, that's my dryer. Don't worry. Washer washing some clothes here, because that's what you do in New York, unless you go to the laundromat. So I'm going to be talking to you today about how I do more. I'm going to give you an example. So last week, let's just look at a week in the life of Vernon. So last week, full-time job, 9 to 5. I spoke at a virtual summit. I got interviewed for a podcast. Our company IPO'd, so I had to go to that thing. And what else was in there? Date night with the girlfriend. And those are just kind of some top level things. Oh, studying Facebook ads. So you say, well, Vernon, how do you do all of these things? How do you increase your output? And how are you focused on getting results? And I would say that, tools and systems are what allow me to do what I do. Without those things, it would be really hard for me to complete things. It's already really hard for me to complete things by nature. Believe it or not, I'm not a completer. I'm a starter. I'm really good at starting things. I'm a really good initiator, and it helps for me to have accountability. It helps for me to have tools. It helps for me to have people that will hold me accountable, or just coaches, right? Just people who are in my life that mentors that will help me stay on the path, because I have a tendency to see a squirrel and want to jump to do something else. So here's some things that I wrote down that I want to share with you that have helped me, and these are some tools and systems that will hopefully help you. So the first one is Google Calendar, or whatever calendar app you use. Everything that's important goes on my calendar. Meetings, my weekly review. That's something that I didn't put down here, but we can talk about. So everything that's important, especially meetings, go on my calendar. Calls go on my calendar. If they're not on my calendar, they don't exist. Simple enough. I've been using this new tool called Motion app. This is really good if you have to, if someone's not really good at scheduling meetings, like through your like a meeting appointment book calendar thing, like Calendly or appointment setting tools or software. There's a dozen of them out there. I use Calendly, but for some reason, when I'm working in my 9 to 5, right? Like the people that I'm engaging with, that I'm meeting with, prospects that I'm pitching for our services, they don't necessarily understand how to, I don't know why people don't understand how to basically book. So we have to basically send avails and all those things. So Motion app allows me to send my avails by dragging and dropping and selecting. Also, another cool thing about Motion app is that you can take all of the tabs. So like if you have like tab brain like me and most people, you have like 80 tabs open. You can take all of your tabs and condense them into like a folder. So then when you click that folder, you can just go back to that tab. So that's a really cool feature. The next one is sticky notes. They're not here on my desk, but I have some in the kitchen. I keep them handy for to-do lists, things I need to grab from the store. I like to write those down instead of putting it in my phone because I tend to get distracted when I open my phone. The other thing is 2 whiteboards. So you see a whiteboard here behind me. I have another one on my fridge, and that's for reminders. That's for things I need to get done, quotes, inspirational messages, ideas, things that I just need to get out of my head. I get them on the whiteboards. And then the one on my fridge, I set it each day. I have a thing that I want to do. It's like, that's the thing that I need to get done for the day. If nothing else gets done, as long as that thing gets done, my day is a win. And I usually break those out from Monday to Sunday. And then I have a slot for each one of those on my whiteboard on the fridge, as well as a section for any notes that I want to take. For if I need to run out and grab something, I'll just write it there, jot it down, make sure I have a note for myself, as well as the full month's calendar. So I have a full month's calendar in physical form, not just on my phone, in physical form, so I can see like a bird's eye view of what's going on for my month. So I don't overbook. So I don't, when somebody says, hey, Vernon, can you do this on like the 15th? I'm like, hold on, let me check my calendar. No. Cool. So, and then the last one here, I have daily to-do lists with declarations, by-when declarations. So a lot of times when we make to-do lists, we'll say, oh, that's a to-do list. This is my to-do list. Maybe we make it for the day. Maybe we make it for the week, the month, whatever. So the cool thing about to-do lists is that writing it down physically, I like to physically write my list down every day. It's great. Only problem is, you know, if you don't have a by when, those things can continue to show up. So I'll say, I'm going to study Facebook ads. I'm going to spend 1 hour studying Facebook ads, going through this course. I'm going to spend 1 hour doing that by Monday at 10 p.m. So the reason why that's powerful is because now you have like a almost like a deadline. You have a built-in deadline, and so that's going to allow you to have the ability to execute on that faster and it not linger. And if you'll start to see, like, if you're not doing it, then maybe there's something that you need to take a look at. So if you put it on your to-do list and you have a by when, you put it back on your to-do list, you have a by when, you keep, not hitting that, well, what's going on? Maybe you need to ask for support. Maybe it's something that, you need to get taken care of that's below the surface subconsciously that's going on, that you keep self-sabotaging yourself. So that's why I like to-do lists with by when. And the last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the last one that I'm going to give to you, drum roll, please. The weekly review. So the weekly review is powerful. I've been doing the weekly review for about 3 years now. Probably even 4 years. I think it's more along the lines of 3. But the weekly review is powerful because it allows you to basically look over your past week and see everything that you didn't do, that you did, what's working, what's not working. I also take that time to review my budget and my finances. And that has been a staple. That has literally been a staple in my productivity and in the way I get things done. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you is, and I didn't even put this one on there, but I'm going to give it to you as a bonus, is journaling. Journaling. If you don't journal, you're not cool. Not only are you not cool, but you probably have a lot of emotional stuff going on in here, because for me, the way I use my journal is to like get out of my head. So if you're like me and you're very intuitive and you think a lot and you're an analyzer and you're deep in thought, sometimes your thoughts can trip you up, and sometimes your thoughts can just, they can trip you up. So what I like to do is journal what's inside my head. I like to journal where I'm resisting. I like to ask myself and be in the question of, what am I resisting? What did I resist today? What hit my hot buttons today? What got under my skin? Who pissed me off? What was it that I didn't enjoy about doing that task? So when I'm in this question and I journal this, what happens frequently is I start to see where I'm resistant. I start to literally meet my demons head on, or these thoughts of negativity head on, and then I can, dismantle them, work with them, push them to the side. I can better understand them instead of them just marinating in my head and going from one small, idea to this whole thing I blow out of proportion in a completely different story that I have to be right about, and then there's a payoff. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how I get a lot of shit done. If you're curious and you want to know more, just DM me, man. My DMs are open. No, you not in that way. Don't slide into my DMs. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking. I got a girlfriend, all right? What I'm saying is that if you need some help with this, if you're like, Vernon, man, I want to be more productive at work, I want to be able to accomplish more, what can I do? Maybe I'll put together a list for you and send these over. But let's recap real quick, and let me tell you what I just told you. Because if I don't tell you what I told you, you're probably going to forget. So here are some of the tools that I use to win, that I use to get a lot of things done than most people. Man, I get more done in 3 months than you probably get done in a year. Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's the way it is. And it's not because of me. I'm not fancy, talented. I mean, I'm kind of good looking. But, hey, my mom told me that, so I can say that. But here's the thing. I use tools and systems, and you can use tools and systems too. Look, no one's exempt from being able to use tools and systems, and that's just what we do. So first tool is Google Calendar. Go use that. I put everything on that. Second tool is Motion app. If you got to schedule meetings and look at avails and things like that with colleagues and things that can get weird, use Motion app. Number 3, sticky notes. They're tried and true, and they stick to you. Number 4 is the whiteboard. I have 2, one here, one on my fridge. Number 5 is daily to-do list with by-when declarations. Don't just say you're going to do it. Say, I'm going to do this by Monday at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I don't know if it's 8. I don't know if 8 o'clock is a thing, a time. O'clock. So, and then there was 2 more that I gave you. The weekly review. That's when you just basically recap your week on Sunday nights, Sunday mornings, whatever. And then journaling your emotions, because you're probably emotional. If you're not, then maybe you're just stuffing down your emotions and maybe you're not, but I am. So I journal mine. And that's all I have for you today. Hey, be good, be kind to yourself. Most of all, spread love. That's the Brooklyn way.